Yes, I'm angry, but I got a lot of love. Always have ideas, they come from above. I've been knocked down, but I'm always stepping up. Grasping positivity whenever life gets tough. Welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to talk about this experience I just had, and you guys can experience it too. It was very eye-opening and relieving. I almost feel like a different person right now. The last video I posted, or the last few videos I posted, were recorded about maybe 2 hours ago from now. And I think you could tell I'm in a different state. I don't know if I look different. I feel like I kind of do. I don't know. Do I look a little different? I feel relief. And I feel close to whole. And I feel just very happy. I almost feel my inner child. I feel like I just healed my inner child in a really big way right now. So I'm talking about forgiveness, and I finally did forgive. I don't want to give away too many details about who and the situation, so I'm just gonna tell you the process that I did. So the book I read for all this information is, I'll show you guys, Forgiveness Made Easy. I didn't finish. I have like 2 chapters left, but I just finished the chapter of the process. So before it talks about, resentment, what forgiveness really is. What forgiveness is releasing all ill will towards somebody. Not saying that the situation is okay or that you agree with it, but just finally letting it go. Finally letting the past be in the past, because trauma, or it could be something so simple, like, I don't know, like people that tailgate you and drive too fast and you're going the speed limit, and it's like, bro, like, chill, slow down. Like, anything like that, okay? That's resentment you're carrying with you. It's being stored in your body somewhere, your energy somewhere, especially if you maybe experience flashbacks or reliving a moment. That's probably something you want to consider forgiving, or at least looking deeper into. Again, it's not saying like, oh, it's okay, you stab me in the back. That's not what it is at all. It's taking the knife out of your back. That's what it is. It's moving past it and not necessarily having a relationship with that person again, or inviting them back into your life and just ignoring what happened. It's just not having any more resentment towards them, not having anger towards them, and not using it as an excuse to behave a certain way or have certain beliefs about yourself or others. So the process I use that's broken down into this book, first you just want to get into a comfort, well, okay, sorry. So the first thing I did, which I did it a few chapters back, I wrote down a list of people, places, or things that I resent. It could be things so simple like the weather, or CNN, or something like that. Ooh, I need to do one on CNN. But anyways, so having a list is good, so then you can kind of tackle each one by one, just check them off. Sometimes they might even come up again if maybe there's something you forgot, or something that has been bothering you once again. But yeah, so it's good to have in mind what you're keeping within yourself, what you're holding on to, what you have ill feelings towards. So that would be my first step, right? Write out a list. So once you get into the actual forgiving part, you don't need to be with that person. You probably shouldn't be with that person if you're trying to forgive them. It could even be somebody that has passed away or somebody you don't have any contact with. It works either way. So it is kind of in like a meditative state you're going to do it in, because the mind can't tell the difference between imagination and what's real. So even though it's in your head, your body's going to feel it. It's going to feel like you're speaking to that person. So what I did is I got into a relaxed position. I wasn't crossing my legs. I am now, but I wasn't crossing my legs when I did it. And I'm going to put the phone like this. I want it closer to my face. Hold up. Sorry. So I was just sitting in a comfortable position, and I was focusing on my breath, and I was just releasing any thoughts in my head, just getting comfortable. And then I scanned my body from feet to head, just noticing where I felt tension and just breathing into it. So after that, you see yourself in a setting. So imagine a setting. It could be a beach or in the woods or even just a room. And what helps is imagining a fire or a candle or a light, because it kind of brings like warmth and safety. So you can imagine that. And how I imagined it, I was in the woods in like an opening, and there was a fire pit in the middle, and there was just like those like fold out chairs, like at like high school assemblies or something. Yeah, those are the chairs we were sitting in. But so I imagined the people walking towards me from a clearing, and I invited them to sit down with me. And I kind of just looked at them for a few minutes and just getting ready what to say. And you're going to want to say all of this out loud. Okay, say it all out loud and while looking them in the eyes and explaining to them, I resented you for this. I was so angry when you did this. I hated you when you did this. And don't hold yourself back. Everything that needs to be brought up, everything you've ever wanted to say, even if it's things you have said to this person before, say them. Don't hold it back, okay? Everything on your mind, just let it out. Tell them exactly how you feel, how they've made you feel. And any emotion you may have is natural and okay. So just let the emotion flow and just let it out. Pay attention to anywhere in your body where maybe you feel tension, and just, if you need a moment, just breathe. For me, I was I was crying, and I haven't cried like that, to be honest. And just every time I got a little too worked up, I just used my breath and thought of what else I wanted to say to them, and I just continued talking to them. And you can invite them. So once you're done, you can invite them. First, step into your highest self, invite their highest self, and say, would you like to say anything? And they may apologize, they may not say anything, they may just look at you. And then you speak from the ego pretty much. So you can say you're sorry too for maybe your actions, or you see how you've used this as a reason to maybe be angry, or maybe you've used it like to think that you're better than them, or even you just treated them differently than other people in your life because you felt like that's what they deserved. Like, you kind of three check marks, now I'm gonna treat you shitty. Like, so definitely anything where your ego has kind of gotten in the way, and maybe you will make more realizations like, oh, I act this certain way because this has happened to me and I blamed you for that. And whatever feels comfortable, whatever you want to say, it's really up to you. And definitely say it all out loud. for sure. So again, like, after you say the whole ego thing, what has been holding you back, then you say, or you ask them once again, like, do you have anything you want to say to me? And, you know, they may say something, they may not. In mine, I was actually having a hard time visualizing them, but I knew I was speaking to them. I've seen them sometimes, like, when we were in the woods, and I seen us hugging, and, they also cried as well. I didn't cry. I mean, I wasn't the only one that cried. They were crying too. Like, I felt like they experienced it too. And, yeah, and then, so after they've said what they wanted to say, you can make a response to, you can talk to them too. And then, after that, you decide if you want to offer your forgiveness or not. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to forgive them. It is good to, because, you know, it could be holding you back. It could be, you know, keeping, like, feelings in your psyche you don't need, negative emotions you don't need, just the past that you don't really need. So yeah, definitely. But if you're not ready, you're not ready. If you want to offer your forgiveness and you feel like you can't, maybe you should go back to the first step, which is telling them why you resent them. Not exactly what you just said, but if there's anything added, maybe that's why you don't feel like offering your forgiveness, because maybe you skipped over something and you just forgot. So you can go back to that. And then, you know, once the time comes, you know, if you really want to forgive them, just say, you know, I release you with my body, my mind, my soul. I've released this tension between us, and I released my ill feelings towards you, and I forgive you. I forgive you. And yeah, for me, we were all hugging at the end, and they walked away out of the clearing, and I said, bye, I love you guys, bye, I love you. And, you know, I just looked at the fireplace, and I said, I'm gonna throw these resentments out. And I threw all I had into the fire, and I watched it burn into the sky. And, you know, I just instantly, I felt lighter. I felt like I wanted to text them. I didn't, but, you know, just because it doesn't happen, I mean, just because it happened in your head, like, they could still be, like, treating you badly after. Like, I'm not saying be scared. Like, you set, by the way, when you're on the forgiveness part, you can set boundaries. Say, going forward, I choose to feel this way about you, and I choose to think this way about you. I choose to treat you this way going forward. It doesn't mean the relationship is completely fixed, like they won't do something again. You know, you gotta set boundaries. And yeah, it's not for the other person. At the end of the day, it is for you. It is for you. So you can move on, so you can live your best life. But yeah, so after I watched just all of my resentment and my ill feelings towards them in the past just burn up in the fire, you know, I placed my hand on my heart. I felt the warmth. I felt light. And I opened my eyes. I wiped my tears off. And yeah, definitely, if you guys want to try this, let me know your experience down below. I definitely recommend it. I'll maybe do an update, I think, maybe. And I'm going to keep doing the process on other people. And maybe I'll give you an update in like a week of how I'm feeling. But I don't know. Just let me know in the comments if that's what you want to see. But everybody have a good day. Good luck forgiving if you choose to do so. And catch me in my next video. Bye, guys. Hustling overtime and always having fun. Self-reliant, my mindset special. I switch my path, I go through different measures. I'm adaptable, I'm full of life. I've died 3 times, I'm destined to survive. You're